Mr. Franklin, what am I supposed to do? Continue to let this happen?
For me, don't want it. I ain't getting no justice.
I found no PC on your case last time.
I ain't been looking to nobody.
If I could borrow a prosecutor. Come on, Mackenzie. You let him do it. It's going to be Mackenzie's first trip to the rodeo, Judge.
Stay.
Stay? Oh, mistake?
Mistake.
The state. Okay. Sorry. It's this member of the state. First time to the rodeo. I have Mr. Franklin. I keep trying to reverse his name, Judge. So we were here for one bond violation report, which I don't think that one actually got filed. I think you had just requested it. He had picked up a new case, no PC, state dismissed, but the new case involved him possessing, though not using, a kitchen knife. And so the bond conditions...
I didn't ding him on it, did I?
Well, you had asked us to come back today to address the fact that he had...
Oh, right. That he had the knife, correct.
Yeah. So not that he had potentially committed a crime, but that he had a kitchen knife when he was ordered not to have a weapon.
Guys, I need your help. Come up, Mr. Lidon.
And so...
Come up, Mr. Franklin.
When you informed me this morning, I think I had been sent the email, there's a bond violation report for a GPS exclusion zone. I looked at...
I want him so he can...
Judge. I'm going to stand between the state.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Arms by your side. Whatever he asks you, answer truthfully but briefly. Keep your response brief and do not get excited, okay? All right. And Bill us away.
The initial reason that we were here today was because of the case that you picked up that I found no probable cause and that I had an issue because they were alleging that a knife was, I guess, allegedly in possession or whatnot.
The allegation of possession, there was no allegations of use or threat. It's just that he had a kitchen knife on him.
You are on bond for a
Terroristic
threat. As part of your bond condition, you had several. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. You have a GPS monitor, and you're not to go within a certain boundary of the complaining witness in this case. It has now come to my attention through pretrial services that you have bond violations. Specifically, Mr. Franklin has not been compliant with his conditions of bond. Client has failed to not have contact with a prohibited person or visiting a restricted location. Client was ordered by the court not to go within 500 feet of the Northwood Drive apartment in Baytown. On 2/25, client received a victim exclusion zone alert at 10:22 a.m. The victim exclusion zone was cleared at 10:28 a.m. In fact, what I've been told by pretrial is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 instant.
Okay, Judge. I think that's all in a 6-minute window. So I think he crossed into the exclusion zone at 10:22 and out at 10:28. And so I could proffer to the court what was given to me for pretrial. Not that I was admitting.
Judge has a copy.
I get it.
In no way admitting that this would be admissible. And looking at what pretrial provided, it looks like he walked about 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet in about a 6-minute window through the exclusion zone. While it says contact, there's no alleged contact with any person. It's just, I know, but it's the way it's written.
How do we know?
Well, no one has complained to the state. And so it looks like he walked through an exclusion zone, which is, speaking of pretrial, is actually larger than it normally is. I think it's at 500. Is it 500 feet?
At 500 feet because I didn't want him to go anywhere near the complaining witness in this case.
Yes, Judge.
This is the same complaining witness that we have the last case that I know PC.
No, the two are unrelated.
They are different complaining threats.
Yes. And so the terroristic threat was, they're both strangers. The terroristic threat is the allegations that my client asked about the cigarette, got in an argument when he denied. And then the newer case of PC was that some random person's window was broken and somehow my client got charged with it when no one saw or had any evidence to believe he had done it. But when the police made a scene, he then had a kitchen knife, I believe, is the allegation. I will say that the new case, it was no PC, but there's also no evidence. There's no offense reports, videos, because it's a week old.
It's because they didn't go get anything because I know PC'd it.
Well, that's part of it. It's also Baytown.
But the problem is that we continue to have issues with Mr. Franklin.
So Mr. Franklin is going to have issues on bond or not, Your Honor. His mental illness is quite severe. He's received hospitalizations in the past. His orange sheet is right at a page, if not over. And so the system is aware. I would take this court, or ask the court to take caution in the sense that we're not having a formal hearing. There's no testimony in it. I'm fine with having a conversation. But if the court should wish to revoke
We're
this
having
bond,
a hearing right now.
well, then nothing has been admitted because there was no admissible evidence. I'm fine to discuss with the court what has been alleged, but there is no admissible evidence of either location or possession because nobody has testified to either. And I don't think the pretrial services officer in this room would have the ability to testify how a GPS device works. Not to be mean to her, but it's not her job, and so she's not going to have any knowledge of the first-hand knowledge of the device.
We continue to have issues with Mr. Franklin, and I'm tired of it.
And
I'm not dealing with this anymore. I only have one way to fix this.
So I've spoken with the state, particularly the chief. We're leaning towards reaching a resolution on a mental health diversion, Judge. It's not 100% that we're there, but it sounds like we're going to do it where we send him for an evaluation. So I'm going to file a competency evaluation just in case. But
So that there's another 30 days. I'm not going to sit here and wait for him to have another bond violation. No, because he's doing whatever he wants to do. Because that's what's happening here.
yes, Judge, and if you'd like to revoke his bond, which I can understand the court's position, I would just ask that we have a formal hearing with testimony where the rules of evidence would apply, which statutorily they would apply to any revocation of bond.
I'm still going to take him into custody. You know, I find that he's a danger to our community. He's continuing to just... Mr. Franklin, what am I supposed to do? Continue to let this
Stand
happen?
for me.
Don't form.
I ain't getting no justice.
I found no PC on your case last time.
I ain't getting nothing to nobody.
All I'm asking you to do is stay away from this place.
What I'm supposed to do? I'm trying to take care of my nieces and nephews, running back and forth to the store and stuff. What I'm supposed to do? What you want me to do?
If you need things, we can...
All I'm doing is the best I can. I'm not doing nothing to nobody. What you want me to do? I didn't have nothing to do with that.
Listen,
You ain't
I
stopping
want you to
nobody
listen.
from raping me.
What
Just slow yourself down, okay?
is he saying that
He's insistent.
family that lives near here?
So he's giving me. I've been trying to get it directed. So he lives partially with cousin and with mom, who are both on this side of town, and he essentially migrates between the two. Because of his mental health issues, I'm having a problem confirming the addresses to confirm this information.
Where are you staying?
My mama's house, but she threw me out this morning. So it's the same thing. She put a pistol on me, man. Trying to tell me to shut up and let her say whatever she want to say. Switching up everything, making it hard on me.
Does your mom live near this address?
Stay down lonely. When I leave,
No.
I don't have nowhere to go. I go to my cousins. I buy them food. I do the same thing I
The
do.
problem is that are they within this address?
They stay down over in Baytown.
No. Baytown is a big city.
That-
I don't want you to go near where the complaining witnesses live. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But I was just happened to go to my oldest cousin's house and my mother-in-law's house, get food, and then
So
go get my
here's what I
medicine.
want you to do. I want you to talk with Mr. Meunier right now, and I want to know exactly where they live in relation to this address. That's what I want to know.
Remember
I
my
can
mother's address?
to put you in or not. All I want to know is why. Because I've asked you not to go to this place, and yet, no. I want you to talk to your lawyer. And I want to figure out where the places are where your mom lives, where the cousins live, so we know exactly where you can and can't go.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir. I completely.
Go.
Thank you. I've been trying to get the addresses, and it's somewhat difficult, but we'll give it another try. Be right back. I think I have the location figured out. It took a while because getting addresses from my client is
I understand.
difficult.
It's okay.
So, let me just visual aid. So the exclusion zone.
No. Don't. Just take it off because I'm live streaming. I don't want to.
Oh, okay, all right. So if you were to look at the exclusion zone, numbers 10 and 19 are just left of it. That is the cousin's house. So he lives probably 30 feet outside the exclusion zone. And so my client
So
walks.
hold on a second. Thing.
So,
13.
so numbers 10 and 19, because I have the ones I have are numbered.
I see it. 10 and 19. That's that cousin.
That, from what I can tell, is the cousin's house. I'm having to do this with
What
Google
about
Maps.
number 24?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that's where he's kind of living. He then walks through the exclusion zone. Mom's house is about 2 miles due east. This one, he's actually, I think he was walking to CVS to get his psych meds. And so he goes through the exclusion zone to get to Garth Road, which is the road that the CVS is on, which is just outside the map. I can show you on my phone if you'd like. So he walks to Garth and then goes north up Garth to get to the CVS and then east to Mott. So I think this 6-minute window, I think it's him walking through the exclusion zone to get to CVS. As far as I can tell, that's what's going on. He never stops very long. It's a 6-minute time. It's
CVS in relation to this.
So in relation to the map, if you keep going east of the map, maybe half a mile.
I don't understand the curve.
That's him trying to walk around the apartment. He was trying.
He's right next to it, man. It's like literally within like.
He's going to get his psych meds, Judge. Rash thinking is not 100% level. He's trying to go around it, from what I can tell. I don't know, Judge. I think there's a big field, and I think he's trying to go around to get to the field, to walk through the field. But CVS is. Here, let me just show you my phone, so it'll be easier. So.
No. But come around, because I don't want some live shit.
I don't want to do this without you. Well, you can hear what I say. It's a stranger who was supposedly threatened. I mean, I think I would be annoyed.
Franklin, come up.
Okay.
I want you to understand something and listen to this clear. I want to protect every person in my county, and I want them to feel safe. This person is scared of you. That's why I don't want you near them. Do you understand, Mr. Frank? All I'm asking you to do is stay away, because I don't want you to accidentally bump into them on the street. You guys exchange words, and then it goes absolutely haywire. That's what I'm trying to prevent. Do you understand? It's not to be mean to you. It's not to take away this. I'm a nice person. I don't like to put people in jail. But if you're going to be a problem and you're going to scare my city, I've got a problem with that, and I'm not going to take it. You understand? So, CVS, where you're trying to get to on that map, is nowhere near where this person lives. Your cousin lives outside of the area of the zone of exclusion. Look at me, Mr. Franklin. There's no reason for you to go near where this person lives. You need to find another way. I'm not going to do this with you again. Do you understand? I'm trying to be nice to you now, and I'm trying to warn you that I don't want you to go near anywhere where they live. If you need help, Nathan can help you out. If you need a place to stay, we can find you a place. If you need food, if you need a job, we have resources we can give you. All you have to do is ask. But
He can't give you a job. He can tell you where to go to.
But I want everyone to feel safe. Do you understand? That's all I want.
Some of that.
Like I want you to feel safe. That's it. Here, everyone gets a fair shake. Everyone. I found no PC on your case last time, right? That's a fair shake. It doesn't get any more fair than that. Do you understand, Mr. Franklin? I'm well within my right now to put you in custody. I'm not going to. but I want you to understand that I'm not going to do this again. You understand? I'm not asking much. Okay? All right?
Thank you, Judge.
So just please make a path for him to go around so that there are no more issues.
I was going to see if we could shave some of the, I think it's 500 feet, and the cousin lives just outside, and it looks like GPS is giving some false positives. I was going to see if we could lower it to 400 instead of 500.
The team was 14, the cluster in the center. Yeah. The same would be a
Okay. All right, hold on a second. Are you saying that the circle is within 200?
So that circle's within 500, but it was originally at 200, and so he was dating within 200 feet.
But these right here are
And
not.
so that's gonna be outside of it, so he's not being dinged for those. They show all the points that is pinging,
Yeah.
but that's not a violation.
Okay. Then we're all right. I have a caution because it's right outside the zone, but it sounds like it will be okay.
Just make sure that you guys can carve a path so that there's no more issues.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Franklin. That's it.
You have a seat, okay? Now you can sit in this pew right over here.
Good morning, Judge.
Ready?
Yes, sir. I'm approaching on a motion to sub. Your Honor, I was retained on Mr. Funes.
Sign.
Right.
Just send it to Hey, what's up? See ya.
Not much you do, Judge.
Have fun.
So through the criminal justice system, as was mentioned here.
Gregory Hines, Judge.
Hi. Is there a PDR?
Page 4,
No.
not good.
No, sir.
Because it was old yesterday, the council couldn't make it.
Oh, that's right. Do you have an offer? What are you doing?
We just talked, the state made an offer. They're gonna eval it. It may be set on trial docket, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll give you a week
Yeah, Judge.
and then come back, see if it's good for trial. So you don't want to take anything, no mitigation,
I
nothing?
know he does not. Now, if the state were to offer one, you know what, actually, I spoke with him about it, and he didn't really like the sound of the PTI, so that's why I just.
All right, so just eval it and then we'll go from there. All right, see you in a week.
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
waive it for next week too.
Okay, thank you.
So, anything brings you out?
Hi.
Morning,
Good
Judge.
morning.
I've been appointed on Mr. Andrews.
Okay.
One of your bond conditions is that he obtain a high school diploma.
So what I'd like to do is, he's not working, he's not in school, never graduated, so show me what you got.
He provided me with this morning, showing that he does have a GED.
Oh, okay, great. So now, because he told me he never graduated from high school, but I guess he didn't delineate that, hey, but I have my GED. So, job, not doing anything, just, so what I'd like him to do is get a job. Come up, Mr. Andrews. What do you want to do for the next 30 years of your life?
Honestly,
No, lie to me.
I'm not lying. Honestly,
No, lie to me. When someone says, to be honest, the first thing that I'm thinking, okay, just give it to me. What do you want to do for the next 30 years?
HVAC, son.
That's great. You can make a lot of money. But right now, you're not doing anything to forward your career. You're doing nothing. People, when they have too much time on their hands, they become self-destructive. You know what I mean? You need to start working now, getting a trade, so that you can start doing something, because life is really great when you have money, and it really sucks when you don't. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's time to start working on it. So, there are many trade schools for HVACs to start working to become an apprentice so that you can get a license. Start doing it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I want you to start working towards something so you're not just sitting around smoking weed all day and just playing Xbox. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Start working towards it. Okay?
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. Hey, Peter. Hey, we're going to get tested on that day too.
You doing well?
What's new with you, man?
Just,
You look good, Peter.
it's just about time.
It is.
I'm telling you, it's a bit of a party trick. I can time it on there. Skip Walter, post office.
I'm pretty sure that was just last day.
Hey, what's up, dude?
All right.
I'm good. I gotta go.
Alright, next. You're welcome. That's pretty cool. Alright, council, where we got?
Thank you.
Okay.
And she is President Judge. So the chief told me this morning.
Ms. Parks?
Yes. So he told me this morning the state's considering filing this as a felon in possession of a firearm case. They made an offer of 1 year jail on the misdemeanor. I believe he said that he would keep it open for one setting for us
Yes,
to
Judge,
consider.
one setting, otherwise he intends to indict us with felony.
Did you tell her?
I did, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, that's up to you guys, right? It's, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna hold to it, right? That's up to you, but
We just have to a little bit of time. I was having issues with the portal today.
is all the evidence here?
I believe so. Yeah, everything's uploaded and shared on it.
Okay, so we'll give you a setting. How old is it?
Fairly old, back from August of 2024.
Oh my goodness, it's that old?
It was a 2 before there was a warrant for it.
It's 201 day old, so, I mean, I'll give you a couple weeks,
Sir.
and then she's gotta come back and let us know. She either takes it or, okay,
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
got it.
Thanks.
You know, it's, they ordered nothing.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Fan. Come up. Come up.
To be honest, they just 30 days in jail. Why?
Your client was placed on probation yesterday, and you refused to talk to our CLO. Why?
CLO?
You refused to talk to my probation officer. Why did you refuse to talk to my probation officer?
No, I was asking, is it okay if I get a guy or something?
Why?
I don't know, I just thought,
You know, I've had all types of people here. I've been here a long time. She's the best one that I've ever had, by far. I don't understand why you would ask to talk to a man. She's by far better than any man that I've ever had here.
I didn't even know that she's a PR.
Yes.
She's just doing
So we have,
Oh, okay.
she's the best out there. This is the only one you're gonna get. You understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Please. Thank you.
That's fine. That's all right.
Thank you, Jay.
How's it going?
It went bad in 20 seconds.
You want me to talk to the person?
Yes. Mr. Hill wants you to formally extradite him. He wants a government warrant. He said this is not him. He's saying that this whole time y'all have been having him sign things under somebody else.
Regardless,
I
has an open.
I said it, Judge.
It's okay. Look, don't worry about it.
I thought that I had said this yesterday, but
Okay. You're also on the review council on Nellums.
yes, she waived, and then we had rolled it from yesterday because she pled in the 230th, and you said it still has a hold on it.
This is the problem, and I think I narrowed down the problem. So in the 230th, she did plead time served here 3 days, and it does show a plea agreement. However, there is no judgment. There's no judgment from the court.
Why did they do that?
I do not know, but I emailed the chief of the court. I haven't gotten back, but okay. It is case number 1905655. So I don't know if it's just pending Judge Morton's signature, but it's been 2 days, so that's why it hasn't released. I'm guessing because sheriff's office hasn't gotten back to me either.
Yeah, I thought that too, because time served 3 days is technically one, it would have been released the same day.
Well, at most it would have been the next day, even assuming that it wasn't. So yeah, it should have been released either way, which is why we had the extra day. Now I can say no matter what scenario it is, she should have been released.
Let me go tell her that. So basically, we have to wait for that.
Well, ultimately, it's the 230th that would enter into judgment to the clerk's office, who would send it to the sheriff's office. So until judge signs it, sends it to the clerk, then sends it to the sheriff's office, I can't do anything.
Okay, I'll tell her that.
Okay.
After we tell Mr. After Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. Hill.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
So, they're telling me that you have an open case out of another state. That's why we have the fugitive hold on you at this point. It looks that you are wanted out of the state of Mississippi. Is it Oktibbeha?
Oktibbeha.
Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce it actually.
Or
I can spell it.
robbery, violation of a court order. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have two different options. You can waive extradition or you can fight extradition.
Mhm.
When you fight extradition, it's very, very limited on what you can't fight. We don't really, doesn't matter what happened over there. You know, the only thing that matters is if it's you.
Mhm.
If it's you, then we waive. There are several ways that we can go about it. You can waive extradition, which when you waive, traditionally we give the demanding jurisdiction here in Mississippi 2 weeks to come get you. If they don't come get you within the 2 weeks, normally Harris County releases you or releases the hold. The problem in your case, though, is that you also have a felony assault that you've picked up that you have not made bond on. Because you have not made bond on that case, the 2 weeks or the waiting period that we traditionally give to them is on hold. That it gets put on hold until you make bond in that felony case or you resolve it upstairs. Once that happens, that's when the time for Mississippi to come get you is triggered. But that is assuming if you want to wait. Your other option is to fight extradition, in which case they will get a governor's warrant, put on evidence to prove you are you, which is the person that's wanted out of Oklahoma. And there are several ways that they can do that, and we have a hearing to do that. We need to know what you want to do. Whether you want to fight extradition, you don't have to tell me right now. I just wanted to bring you out here to explain to you what your options are so that we're all on the same page. You know, unfortunately, now, just because that case upstairs, everything's basically just put on hold until you take care of that. Or if you make bond on that case. Do you have any questions?
I do have questions.
Okay, let's not talk about your case upstairs. You know, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I guess it's bad of me to ask you if you have questions. You should probably ask the questions to your lawyer first, and then she can, you know, I guess talk to me. Because I don't want you to say something that...
Or by my social. NCI.
So I think the question is, Judge, he is basically stating that this is not correctly connected to him because the documents that he has seen have the wrong social security number on there. And I've explained to him that that is one of many ways that you can be identified as far as fugitive is concerned, and that that is a matter of a clerical error that they will remedy. And so that's not going to keep you from being extradited. So is there a question in line with that you wanted to ask the judge?
Okay, so on my original social security number, I don't have anything connected to my background on my original birth social security. So when an NCIC check is ranked on my background, they have to use another social security number to find me to
Well, there's several ways that they can find you. You know, it doesn't have to be just that. They can use an FBI number, an SO number, you know, date of birth, driver's license. There's just so many ways that they can try to find you when they run an NCIC. But here, really, what matters is, are you the Fajon Hill that's wanted out of Mississippi, right? And the way that they use that or determine, they use pen packets, they'll use fingerprint cards, they'll use mug shots, so they could use any number of ways to identify, to put two and two together that is actually you.
Okay.
So
I can't prove or bring evidence.
No. I can't give you advice. So what I'll do is I'll direct you to, you know, Chablis, who can tell you exactly what. But like I said, the two options you have, you can waive or you can fight. In the event that you do want to fight, which is okay. I mean, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. You're not, you know, you need to do what's best for you at the end of the day. Understand that they will go get a governor's warrant. It's a big packet of information to prove that it's you. They get an order, you know, basically to kind of remand you back to Mississippi.
All right, one more question. Can y'all simply put a charge on the record that I haven't been charged with? Can y'all charge me with something that's not on my record that I haven't been charged with? So basically, what I'm asking is, if I don't have something on my record, can y'all just simply put it up on there?
No, of course not. We don't put stuff. No one. I mean, DAs are the ones. So traditionally, what happens is when you pick up a case, an officer goes, investigates. When they determine that there's enough probable cause or whatever it may be that a crime has occurred, they call the DA's office, the intake division. They give the version of what happened, right? And the DAs are the ones that decide whether to accept a charge or whether to not accept a charge. If they, don't want to take the charge, they tell the person, go beat rocks, get out of here. We're not taking anything, right? Or if they say, okay, well, this is a good case, initiate everything of, initiate a case, issue a warrant. In this case, this is from Mississippi, so I have no idea what happened over there. The only thing I know is that there is an open robbery. Do you have any information more?
No, but they confirmed the teletype that it is this defendant. And so, I mean, with the confirmation that we have, obviously, if we go to the governor's warrant, then the state has 90 days for us to get the governor's warrant while he's in custody for us to verify. We will get a fingerprint expert and we'll have to hear.
That's traditionally how it goes. Whenever anyone wants to fight a tradition, they get fingerprints. They get an expert to prove, hey, these are your prints here, right? Because they'll match it to where you got arrested here, because they took your prints when you got arrested, right? So they'll take that one, match it with these fingerprints here to prove that it's actually you. And that's how we determine who that person is. Now, it may not be you. I don't know.
So what about the mistake they have made, though?
Well, like Chip said, people make mistakes. We're all human, If maybe they put a wrong 2 instead of 6 or something like that, I don't,
So that means
there are other ways to look. We never want to hold the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that. We're not here to play games. We don't hold people for the sake of holding people. We only want the right person. That's all we want. We're not here to play games, right? It's either you or it's not you. I don't know. But if it's not, we'll have it here to determine whether it is or not. But at the end of the day, we don't hold people just for this, shots and giggles. It's not what we do. So I'll give you guys, time to talk. If you want to waive, we'll just have you sign the waiver. Like I said, the 14 days kicks in as soon as that hold upstairs is released. The hold can either be released by, you taking care of that case or someone posting your bond. The bond now set at $15,000. That's the long and short. So you don't have to decide today. If you want more time, we can roll you for a couple days to take your time to think about it. There's no rush. Whatever you want to do.
You can come back next week after you say that your other attorney's gonna give you an examining trial. So we put it toward the end of the week.
it's towards the end of the week.
No, I'm saying if he does do it, I can reset this one to closer to the end of next week. So then, based on what that lawyer tells you about the case upstairs, we can decide if you want to bond out, if you want them to post a bond, or if they're gonna dismiss it, and then the 14 days will kick in shortly thereafter. That way, you're not just sitting here.
Okay.
I don't show that it's set for an examining trial. I show
But that's what I told him already. But he's saying that he had a conversation with the lawyer, and the lawyer was gonna put it back.
So let's not, I don't want to get that all out in here, because you guys, you have a privilege with your lawyer up there, and we don't need to know about it. You need to handle your stuff upstairs, what you got going. So I'm going to have them put you back. If you don't want to take care of it today, it's okay. We can roll for a couple days, next week, later this week, whatever you want to do. There's just no rush. Okay? All right. Good luck, Mr. Hamilton.
I'll check around in case.
So in the event that he wants to waive, just file it. Let me have it and I'll sign it. We don't need to bring it back if he wants to. And there's no rush. Whatever you guys want.
Did you sign the other one?
Blake,
On those?
Yeah.
what about?
I checked the judgments in the clerk's queue. We're waiting on a clerical error where he was under APHIS, so he doesn't state ID. So we can't push the judgment through until we get the ID, because that will want to assess.
That's why they're held up there?
Yeah, he has no ID state, so he needs to get it.
Always. Or she, but yeah.
No, yeah.
She has a spin, but no state ID.
No state ID. Not doing this, so maybe the intake error, but she's trying to figure it out, the clerk up there. Okay. Because she can't push that button through, or they won't take the judgment until the.
Because you're right, because on the judgment it is at the top.
Ah, Christmas.
So can we do it for like a couple of days and check, or tomorrow?
Well, but the issue is time-wise, her clock doesn't start until that judgment's entered because the hold isn't released. So legally speaking, it's told,
I mean, entries in the system, but
but the hold isn't lifted. Right. So when our clock starts legally is triggered when the other hold lifts. So she's going to be in an extra number of days until that's resolved. And obviously, for me it doesn't make a difference, but for her it makes a big difference. So yeah. So I mean, I think with time served, it would still, assuming that it was an afternoon judgment entered, then it would be the next day anyway. But
We're done, right?
oh, sorry. Yes.
So on Hill, do we want to on 2000? Or
No. That was a consideration of a.
No, that was funny.
But it's up to you how far you want to reset it to follow up. Well, and then I'm guessing you're gonna email us whenever they get back with you.
Yeah.
শাড়ি শাড়ি কেন?
আমি কি তোরে কিছু দিতে পারি না?
এমনি করে টাকা খরচ করলে টাকা জমাইবা কেমনে?
দূর, একটা শাড়ির আর কতই দাম।
শাড়িটা কিন্তু সুন্দর আছে।
আচ্ছা একটু পরে দেখা না।
আরেকদিন পরবো।
কি কস? পর না, তোরা অনেকদিন শাড়িতে দেখি না। রাবেয়া, রাবেয়া,
খুলতেছি।
ঘুমাইছো?
অনেকক্ষণ আগেই ঘুমাইছে।
বাজার।
মা, এত বাজার কেন আনছো?
না, এত বাজার কই? ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ আসতেছে না, ওর জন্য খাওয়ান দরকার আছে না?
রাক্ষসের মতো খাইবো তো সবাই, এত বাজার করে লইছো।
আরে না, রাক্ষসের কিছু নেই। যাও বাজারটা রাখো। আমি চিন্তা করছি কি, ধার কর্জ করে হইলেও টাকা পয়সা জমা একটা সেকেন্ড হ্যান্ড মোটরসাইকেল কিনবো।
মোটরসাইকেল কেন?
আরে ভাড়ায় গাড়ি চালায় খুব একটা লাভ হয় না, এদিকে তেলের দাম বাড়তি, তারপরে যে চাকরিটা করি সেখানে তো টাকা পয়সা খুব বেশি দেয় না। ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ এসেছে, আমি যদি এই চাকরিটা ছাইরা যদি বাইক রাইড সারাদিন করি তখন কিছু টাকা আসবো, ভালো হবো না?
দেখো যত যাই কও, চাকরির কিন্তু একটা নিশ্চিত ইনকাম আছে, সেটা কমই হোক। চাকরিটা ছেড়ে দিয়ে কি ঠিক হইব?
তাও ঠিক, কিন্তু এই যে ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ এসেছে, একটু নতুন করে চিন্তা করতে হবে না, টাকা পয়সা লাগবে তো।
জানি না, সেটা করো ভাইবে চিন্তা কইরো।
আচ্ছা তুমি অত চিন্তা করো না, এটা তো এখনই কিনতেছি না, টাকা জমাতেও তো একটা সময় লাগবে, তাও ধরো 6-7 মাস তো লাগবেই। তারপরে রফিকরে কইছি যে যখন মোটরসাইকেল কিনবো তখন কিছু টাকা ধার দিতে, ও রাজি হয়েছে, মিলাঝুলা একটা কিছু হইব। আচ্ছা বাদ দাও, এই
শাড়ি শাড়ি কেন?
আমি কি তোরে কিছু দিতে পারি না?
এমনি করে টাকা খরচ করলে টাকা জমাইবা কেমনে?
দূর, একটা শাড়ির আর কতই দাম।
শাড়িটা কিন্তু সুন্দর আছে।
পছন্দ হয়েছে তো? আচ্ছা একটু পরে দেখা না।
আরেকদিন পরবো।
কি কস? পর না, তোরা অনেকদিন শাড়িতে দেখি না।
শরীরটা ভালো লাগতেছে না।
বেশি খারাপ লাগতেছে?
আরেকদিন পরে দেখা।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে খাবার দে। ও কি খাইছে? কি রে বাপ, আরে কি মশা রে।
If I could borrow a prosecutor. Come on, Mackenzie. You let him do it. It's going to be Mackenzie's first trip to the rodeo, Judge.
Stay.
Stay? Oh, mistake?
Mistake.
Mistake. Okay. Sorry. It's this member of the state. First time to the rodeo. I have Mr. Franklin. I keep trying to reverse his name, Judge. So we were here for one bond violation report, which I don't think that one actually got filed. I think he had just requested it. he had picked up a new case, PC, state dismissed, but the new case involved him possessing, though not using, a kitchen knife. And so the bond condition.
I didn't ding him on it, did I?
Well, you had asked us to come back today to address the fact that he had.
Oh, right. That he had the knife, correct.
Yeah. So not that he had potentially committed a crime, but that he had a kitchen knife when he was ordered not to have a weapon.
Guys, I need your help. Come up, Mr. Ladon.
And so.
Come up, Mr. Franklin.
When you informed me this morning, I think I had been sent the email, there's a bond violation report for a GPS exclusion zone. I looked at.
I want him so he can.
Yeah, Judge. I'm going to stand between the state.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Arms by your side. Whatever he asks you, answer truthfully but briefly. Keep your response brief and do not get excited, okay? All right. And we feel this other way.
The initial reason that we were here today was because of the case that you picked up that I found no probable cause and that I had an issue because they were alleging that a knife was, I guess, allegedly in possession or whatnot.
The allegation of possession, there was no allegations of use or threat. It's just that he had a kitchen knife on him.
You are on bond for a
terroristic
threat. As part of your bond condition, you had several. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. You have a GPS monitor, and you're not to go within a certain boundary of the complaining witness in this case. It has now come to my attention through pretrial services that you have bond violations. Specifically, Mr. Franklin has not been compliant with his conditions of bond. Client has failed to not have contact with a prohibited person or visiting a restricted location. Client was ordered by the court not to go within 500 feet of the Northwood Drive apartment in Baytown. On 2/25, client received a victim exclusion zone alert at 10:22 a.m. The victim exclusion zone was cleared at 10:28 a.m. In fact, what I've been told by pretrial is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 instant.
Okay, Judge. I think that's all in a 6-minute window. So I think he crossed into the exclusion zone at 10:22 and out at 10:28. And so I could proffer to the court what was given to me for pretrial. Not that I'm admitting.
Judge has a copy.
I got it.
In no way admitting that this would be admissible. And looking at what pretrial provided, it looks like he walked about 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet in about a 6-minute window through the exclusion zone. While it says contact, there's no alleged contact with any person. It's just, I know, but it's the way it's written.
How do we know?
Well, no one has complained to the state. And so it looks like he walked through an exclusion zone, which is, speaking of pretrial, is actually larger than it normally is. I think it's at 500. Is it 500 feet?
At 500 feet because I didn't want him to go anywhere near the complaining witness in this case.
Yes, Judge.
This is the same complaining witness that we had the last case that I know PC'd.
No, the two are unrelated.
They're different complaints, but.
Yes. And so the terroristic threat was, they're both strangers. The terroristic threat is, the allegation is that my client asked to bum the cigarette, got in an argument when he denied. And then the newer case of PC was that some random person's window was broken and somehow my client got charged with it when no one saw or had any evidence to believe he had done it. But when the police made scene, he didn't have a kitchen knife, I believe, is the allegation. I will say that the new case, it was no PC, but there's also no evidence. There's no offense reports, videos, because it's a week old.
Because they didn't go get anything because I know PC'd it.
Well, that's part of it. It's also Baytown.
But the problem is that we continue to have issues with Mr. Franklin.
So Mr. Franklin is going to have issues on bond or not, Your Honor. His mental illness is quite severe. He's received hospitalizations in the past. His orange sheet is right at a page, if not over. And so the system is aware. I would take this court, or ask the court to take caution in the sense that we're not having a formal hearing. There's no testimony in it. I'm fine with having a conversation. But if the court should wish to revoke
we're having a hearing right now.
Well, then nothing has been admitted because there was no admissible evidence. I'll find to discuss with the court what has been alleged, but there is no admissible evidence of either location or possession because nobody has testified to either. And I don't think the pretrial services officer in this room would have the ability to testify how a GPS device works. Not to be mean to her,